Yeah.
Totally is. Along with the, I guess the updated character model.
Yeah. What's... Where are we going with this question? Where are we being directed to? Opposite side of... Oh, the hotel. Well, it's the epilogue, Paul. So, while I'm driving to the hotel, perhaps we can talk about the game. So, as you said, you didn't quite like the ending and the last act. So, you were mentioning a few reasons why. Let's talk about that. What?
Yeah.
So, it was the presentation was one thing you said, but the actual plot twists. Now, you did successfully say that Forrest was the big bad demon in the end.
Yeah, I thought he was a serial killer, and then it seemed okay. He seems to have been one of the scientists behind that in the time skip, and went okay. That's weird. So the leap logic of.
Now, bear in mind, we had already seen a glimpse of that when Harry was telling us the story.
I'll be honest, Harry seemed kind of like a fucking nutcase.
Yeah, he did.
So I was taking everything from him like with a pound of salt.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I have a low tolerance for cryptic bullshit.
Well, this game is essentially cryptic bullshit. The game, so, but like I said, based on what, because it is heavily inspired by Twin Peaks, which was nothing but cryptic parts until the end, which kind of revealed to itself what the plot was, but didn't outright tell you what the plot was, what the plot twist was. You have to actually kind of like following along, and then once you see the end, you go, oh shit, the story's not really over. Well, in this sense, what I would say about this game is that I can see where you're coming from with the last act. You're either on board with it or you're not.
Yeah.
I found the plot twists good, in a sense where George wasn't the big bad in the end. There was actually someone above him, but it was the fact that this place was under an evil cloud, and it always has been under an evil cloud. You know?
Okay.
So I do get that in a sense. It makes sense that, like, yes, George was a raincoat killer. We've ticked that off. He framed Thomas, and he was trying to frame Nick. This backstory makes sense. It's all consistent, right? So it all ticks those boxes.
Yeah.
The question I say you would pose is, should the game have gone on that route, or should it have stayed more grounded? Because you have never played Fahrenheit, have you?
No.
Right. We played on the channel before. And we kind of cite it as an example of a game where the plot goes out of control. And the gas thing is, the first half of the game is a murder mystery, but it's played from both sides of the coin, between the victim, or the culprit, let's say, and the cops, right? So as a culprit, you're trying to evade police and make yourself less susceptible. And there is supernatural tones to it, like you were actually you were possessed when you're doing the murder and stuff like this, right? So it's like an overtone to it. And as the cops, then you're obviously trying to chase this fucker down and try and save the New York from this. All the while you have this weird adverse weather where everything's in a blizzard. So you're thinking, okay, maybe you've got a thematic thing going on with the weather, and you've got this other stuff happening in the background. The first half of the game is absolutely fantastic in that sense, because it's giving you the tools to go, which side do you favour? Do you favour the culprit, or do you favour the cops? And you can play the game accordingly. Oh. Then come the second half of the game, it literally goes like Jet Li the 1 and loses all semblance of coherence. It starts talking in riddles. It starts your culprit, your main character, literally starts getting superpowers, and then it goes into a plot that is completely unrelated to the murder mystery. It literally goes exponential, right?
Okay.
This game has kind of done something similar in the sense where, yes, there has always been that overtone of something creepy and weird is happening here, hence why zombies. It's not just for a gameplay conceit. There's a reason for it. Again, whether the point of where should have ended, let's say, with George being the big bad and move on from there, solve the overall murder mystery.
Yeah, because the whole reason you're here is that there's been a string of murders all throughout the country.
Yes.
And George basically has never left this place.
Exactly, but the reason, and that's the thing, the reason why there's been a string of murders is because this demon Kaysen has been going around and essentially planting these red trees around the place. And you planting these red seeds around and causing untold damage and harm to other people, breaking up families, that type of deal. And Greenvale was just an epicenter of it. It was like literally, okay, they made the red seeds and this gas and all that stuff. That all makes complete sense to me. I can see where you're coming from though, where like some plot twists look like a bit of too much of a stretch. And I can understand that. Yeah. I'm more or less on board with it. There's one or two I'm not happy with, but I'm more or less on board with it. I can understand the consistency of it. Okay, here we go. Going to bed.
York, tonight I'm going to sleep like a baby.
Daddy will. And I'm guessing this is the end of the game outright.
Zach, it's over. All finished. It's time for you to leave town. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's see the,
yeah.
Give me the goddamn ending.
Thank you for everything.
Well, to be fair, York, we're the ones to be thanking you. One last breakfast. Well, hey, look, there's Kaysen.
Polly, what's that picture?
Oh, that. We took it when the clock tower was built.
50 years ago?
That's right. That's me in the middle. I was pretty popular back then. Men were always around me.
And he was there from the start.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Just sign here, please. Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
Oh, I'm sorry, Polly. I was just thinking of a friend. Someone who was with me for a long, long time.
He must have been a really good friend then. Otherwise, why else would you remember him at a time like this?
Indeed. We used to fight, but he really was a good person. He's gone now, though. Gone away to a place where we can't meet again.
I'm sorry to hear that, but if he's a friend of yours, I'm sure he's getting on just fine.
Thank you, Polly. You know what? I think so, too.
And off he goes.
Walking?
I guess.
Can't see the fucking signs of the goddamn bridge.
Oh, that's a good one. Does Zach smoke? No, he doesn't.
Should he be like he is bad dog? He is visibly injured, and I guess he could have taken a cop car.
Yeah. He could have, to be fair. He had his choice of vehicles, to be fair.
Well, I understand the US is not a place you really want to walk around.
No. Oh, there you go.
Did Emily die?
No. She became the goddess of the forest.
Ah, yes.
Even
It was Zach all along we were listening to.
forest with York. She watches over the
That's
woods
why
with
his daughter is, or granddaughter is called Emily.
Goddess.
That's right.
Okay.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, Grandpa, can I ask you something? What kind of person is York?
I love that she did the mannerism there. The point finger.
Sky. He's been a good friend of mine since I was small.
Like Mr. Teddy?
Yes. Just
Oh look, the fucking deer head's in the background.
a very important friend.
Wait, what? Oh. That was weird.
Yeah?
That was weird to end on a weird kind of piano tone like that. Okay, so that's the game done. I'll be honest, Paul. I was not. Oh.
It's almost time for dinner. Take your grandfather's dinner up to him, will you?
Yes, Mom.
So, positives and negatives, Paul. On the table. What?
I don't know. It's calling me.
Oh dear, he must be losing his memory. You are Louise, honey. Michelle
Louise.
Morgan. Not Emily. You know that, right?
Ah.
I know my own name, Mom.
I know you do, baby. You're just so lovely, Louise. I'm sure that's why your grandfather mixes you up with a goddess.
Right. That was fucked up. So, again, Paul. Positives and negatives.
I was
Where is the goddess?
interested for a lot of it.
Not
Like,
much like your grandfather.
there was a mystery,
Is there even such a
and I liked it getting pieced together.
I believe so.
And
But
his
I've
way of
never
like
met one.
building up stories by gathering clues around the like dark dimension.
Yes.
That was interesting.
pretty? You look like a goddess.
The plot was
Oh,
fucking
thank you,
nuts.
honey.
Mm-hmm.
If I am a goddess, then you are an angel.
I mean, issue with how they handled introducing this blatantly supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It seemed.
It seemed like too much of a jump to you.
Yeah. Like,
Where would you? Okay, well let's read
I
this,
was
right?
not expecting to fight a giant demon fat man
Yeah.
in the Doom dimension as a final boss.
Well, okay, so let's roll that back a bit, right? Were you happy with how the George battle played out? Where essentially George was in his kind of like his BDSM gear, then he had a scar. He had some
You know
seeds.
what? I like that. That was a narcissistic, egotistical, fucking nutcase
Yes.
that went in full gear that made him feel powerful, doped up to his fucking tits,
Mm-hmm.
off his goddamn face, because he knows like the news is coming down. I'm gonna get found out, and as a coping mechanism, dived head deep into his own fucking illusions.
But were you happy with the fact that he did literally Hulk out on those red seeds and literally became a weird kind of like demonic figure? Did you think that made sense?
Oh god, no.
Yes. So that's the key kicker. You see, you wanted to stay, keep it grounded in reality, in essence. Would this game have been better, let's say, if it stayed as a grounded, like thriller, let's say, like a murder mystery, like it was, and you literally were able to find, if Kaysen was literally like a serial killer planter, like you had thought of, as opposed to being an actual demon, would you have been happier with the plot? Would you have found that more consistent?
I think so.
Okay.
Like, okay, I get the idea of hooking out to a degree. Fair enough. This is like a representative of super fucking roids.
Yes.
So, that he went basically into a demon, I thought was pushing things a bit weird. Well, the whole glowing white hair and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it's because I've never found demons interesting.
That could be it too.
I've never found, here is the being that is always evil, that cares deeply about inconsequential people and bullshit situations, whose entire purpose is to make things bad because it is bad. And I've never found that as like an interesting thing.
Okay.
That is just
They're all just made up
a
stories, dear.
monster that just wants things to be bad for no real fucking reason.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
I find that kind of
You just want to know
sloppy writing.
You found this like you found the demon.
Well, the idea of demons.
Okay, right.
Like, as purely malevolent, want bad for bad's sake, like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
no, it's still hot.
Mom, I understand what Grandpa's talking about. Mr. Kenny, just like Grandpa's York.
Very
But
nice.
yeah.
Now off you go. Hold it straight or you'll spill the soup.
I got it.
Now, granted, like, we have literally, like, now, truth be told, I didn't think we were going to complete this tonight. I thought we were actually going to be doing a shorter session. So maybe it could be a case of a fresher mind will kind of, like, you know, change your opinion on it. But at least from my kind of standpoint, it didn't seem like that out of the blue that it would start going into that demon world, because the demon thing was given to us right at the start. We know something demonic was happening in the city anyway. But the actual, like, the investigation was grounded in the whole, the townspeople are rats. But then realised, okay, but what we're doing here is we're trying to get to the source of it, because we know there has been murders elsewhere in the country.
Actually, that's a good point. I think I got too used to just popping into the shadow dimension to fight ghosts.
Yeah.
I think I got a little too used to that.
Yes.
And I mostly discounted it. I mostly just discounted that.
Yeah. Because, like, again, I was saying earlier on, we kind of treat it as like a gameplay conceit. It's like, well, we have to have some gameplay in this. Let's go to a shadow realm to fucking fight zombies.
I guess that became too normal. I realised that is just the gameplay.
Now, I will say this, I think, like, my main issues with this game was the actual gameplay itself, in a sense where, like, the shooting was clunky, and the driving was clunky, and the movement was clunky. I think their hearts were in the right place, in the sense of trying to make a very bespoke game for these kind of different reasons. The fact that it is a town, and you can wander around, and you can talk to people, and get all this other plots back and collectibles. I love that part of it, because there's a lot of attention drawn into making you feel welcome in the town. Because was kind of the idea. Again, my other issue with the actual, like, plot twists at the end was, as you said, like, you know, if I think the idea was that it was trying to, like, put over the fact that York was a rat, was completely unemotional. Like, he wouldn't have bothered killing Case in there. He wanted to see this play out. Oh, hello, what's going on here? That's York and Emily in Nick's Diner. Oh, look. Well, I guess it's the afterlife. No, they're all there. I wonder, I get the feeling George isn't here. Little gossips. I mean, I guess that is kind of framed as a happy ending for them. Like, they did actually hook up in the end, but just in the afterlife, I guess, which is a bit of a weird way of looking at it.
Yeah. That's
Who's in the background? Is that Zach? Is that old man Zach? It is. Oh, this is when he dies.
It's fucking Lost ending.
Ah,
It's
yes.
the goddamn Lost ending.
Yeah.
Ah! God fucking damn it. I was so invested in Lost.
Oh, God, don't talk about Lost.
Oh.
There's something I never got into from day one.
Oh, I got real into it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, right. When the granddaughter is bringing up the dinner to him, he's dying. That's why she's humming in the background. Fuck, that's a... I see your point when it said, like, it's taking some weird fucking jumps. It's like... And then York is now... And now York is dead. And now Emily is dead. And now Zach is alive. And now Zach is dead.
Zach, it's great to see you again. How many years has it been? I've been close to you the whole time. You probably couldn't see me, but you felt my presence nearby, right, Zach? I never thought you'd get married and have a family. Quite a surprise. I spent years honing my profiling skills, but I never saw that one coming. That's what makes humans so interesting. And that's why I just can't leave you guys alone.
Wait,
More
what?
than anything else. Seeing you look so happy is the best thing I could ever ask for.
Wait, he's referring to humans as...
Anyway, Zach, did you see the news?
Sure, why the fuck wouldn't it actually be a little guardian angel?
Yeah, he's an actual guardian angel. Okay.
There's been a string of bizarre incidents near New Orleans. Residents there are reporting a sudden strike of nausea, and then they completely lose control of their bodies.
Okay.
Some have already had 2 months of only being able to walk backwards. Does that make you feel anything? It makes me feel something. I know you feel it too, Zach.
Okay. Paul, have you a choice?
I can't sort of relate because, like,
Fuck, it wasn't what? Oh.
Okay, Zach. I thought that's what you'd say. Well then. It's time to wake up, Zach.
Oh, I get it. Right. It was basically a case of like, did you want the old man to wake up in the end? It was just like, what happens at the end? I'm guessing? Strange one. Like I said, I see a point in the sense where like it takes some massive jumps every now and then. I think some jumps were inevitable, as in like they were signposted. My favourite twist in all of that was the fact that York was actually the defense mechanism and not Zack.
I think it's supposed he's not a defense mechanism. He's not a split personality. He's a literal angel.
Yeah, exactly. But that the fact that like he was like yeah, exactly, he was in that body protecting Zack until it was time for him to come out again, because Zack was actually the child that saw Kaysen to begin with.
Here's the thing: the angel couldn't take direct action against the demon.
Yes.
It needed the human to actually.
Precisely. Yeah.
He did everything up to the point where actually stop a demon.
Yeah.
And had to let the human take care of that.
Grandpa's gone. Where did he go?
He actually fucked off. That's pretty wild. Okay. But yeah, I genuinely loved that twist. I really, really did. Like, I think like some of the plot twists it did do were well done, and I think some of the other ones were just a bit like too much of a stretch. I think towards the end where it was trying to like wrap things up a bit too much and trying to like blur the lines of like what's the demon world and what's the fucking real world. Basically the game kind of treated it as both of them on the same plane, whereas like us as players were thinking they were like literally like mirror universes, if you know what I mean. You're jumping from one to the other. But I suppose you'd make the argument, but like the time that like things were getting hairier, they were both the same because the worlds were colliding so much. So it depends on your point of view.
I guess.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. Like, again, my issues are not necessarily with the story, it's with the gameplay. With how clunky it is in places, especially with the shooting.
It's like a map that you can't zoom out in.
Yes. Stuff like that. Really, and little things.
And just
like that.
The dodge action sheathed your gun.
Yes.
Or holstered your gun.
Holster my gun, yeah. Stuff like that.
That was just... There's
a
lot of fucking design issues.
Yeah, stuff like that now is the issue. It's that's it. If I'm gonna have issues with the games, it's on levels like that. Now again, we were playing the director's cut. I'm assuming some tweaks were made, like with the ammo and the health and stuff like that, because it was.
Those are not the things that needed fixing.
No, it wasn't. But then, like, they're quick fixes though. They're things to balance things out. If you know what I mean. Like, it's something you can easily you do in like 5 minutes to put it out in the director's cut, rather than actually trying to overhaul the game engine.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Especially if it was going from PC to console or whichever way it was going. I thought it was I think it was on the Wii at some point as well. So maybe there's parts of that to combine as well. But either way, Paul. Overall summary: did you enjoy Deadly Premonition for all of its failings?
Overall, this was one of these things where I was interested enough to get me fucking through it.
Good. That's something at least.
I started every session remember myself like, what the kind of fucking weird shit we just did and what will be coming next.
Yes, exactly.
That I found the end result disappointing.
Maybe because you hyped it up a little bit more in your mind.
Like, it was good enough that I expected better.
Okay, that's That's all
I
right,
had enough
yeah.
confidence in it that I could be disappointed.
Okay, that's one way of looking at it.
That's a way of looking at it.
Yeah, okay. Fair. Do you know what? I will kind of go along with those lines. I think like I can see why this is a cult classic. I can see why people like this. I like how quirky it is because I do
Well,
like
I can
quirky
see why
games.
some people would like it.
Yes.
I can see why I fucking hate it, and some people like it's one of these things where it is the kind of thing that will spark debate.
Yes. Very.
And that is one of the things that everybody they're going for.
Indeed. So, like, for a fun fact, like, this game does have a sequel. Like, I think it came out, like, actually last year. And it was a Switch exclusive, I think.
Good for it.
It wasn't very good. And the reason was that I think it's a prequel. So you play as York again, and it's, like, a very similar setting and a very similar type of game. And basically, the kind of creator went on a bit of a mad one in it. So, I think what's happened is people have kind of, like, played the sequel and have gone back to the original and went, oh god, give me the original all day. Like, the sequel is not, like, you should go away. Again, but it's the same thing. It's sparking a conversation because it is more or less the work of one man. It's an auteur game. So the same way that, like, every Kojima game has a conversation evolve around it, and every, like, kind of Suda 51 game is the same way.
I will trust you, I haven't played any of them.
Well, look, like, I mean, Killer 7, No More Heroes, those are games are examples, and the Metal Gear series for Kojima, right? They all have their own, like, he's adding stuff in because he wants to do it, as opposed to, like, it's a game by committee. It's a game by one man, and this is what he wants to put in. So, in that sense, like, I have enjoyed the game for what it is. I loved how, like, again, goofy in places, quirky in places, very funny in places with the fucking pot lady and shit like that. You know, like, we had our own fun with the game, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I suppose, like, when we actually got to the plot then, it was like, we're actually trying to follow it and pay attention and thinking, like, there were points where, like, this game could have done with slowing it down just a little bit. But then there's also points in the game where I said it could have sped things up a bit as well. So pacing, I think, was an issue towards the end, is what I would say.
Well, I guess that's one of the things where it sets you up slow stuff to feel the pacing difference.
Yes, exactly.
Because, like, if everything is paced the same way, that gets monotonous.
Yeah.
So, there was internal variety. It was a thing.
We all experienced it.
Yeah.
We're all here for it.
And like many of the things in this fucking series,
Yes.
we have played things.
Yes. I don't, like, for what it's worth, I don't think this is nowhere near one of the worst entries we've had for Call of Cthulhu. I think it ranks high in terms of what we played. We played worse.
Yes.
And we've definitely had worse experiences with certain games.
You know what? Thinking about this, what fucking draws my attention is, like, I really fucking love Dark Corners of the Earth.
Mm.
In that there was the mystery,
It
there was the
followed through on
investigation stuff, there was the terrified running away from monsters, and then there was that sweet fucking moment where you fucking killed monsters.
But do you know what? Like, that is exactly the same point, though, isn't it? Because you had a mystery to begin with, you had monsters to begin with from the start, but you always had that air of an intent where shit is gonna go down. Shit does go down. You get monsters, you get weapons, you get ways to kill it, and in the end, by the end of the game, are you not taking on Cthulhu himself, or at least one aspect of him? Is it not the same? Again, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Is that not what this game has done, but just in a very different way? Like,
I guess because I'm just a fucking Cthulhu Mythos fanboy, I will just give it so much more leeway, yeah. But this, I guess, from, like, if the mythos is what fucking rural American Christians think angels and demons are like, then I guess this would make sense.
Yeah, I think this is like a Japanese.
Oh
man's
god,
take.
that
It's that was more of a yokai more than anything like an actual devil. Like, again, because this was heavily inspired by Twin Peaks, he would have actually gone for a Lucifer-like image. But that was like a homunculus. That was a pain elemental. You know, like when we were playing Chisel Mythos, and the actual, like, Chisel was just a fleshy, like bunch of things. It was just a fleshy maw of pain. In the same way where this one is just like, it is just a grotesque. It is a horrible, abnormal, like, unhuman mass. So like it's in a sense like it's going by what Japanese people would see as demons and putting it in like this setting instead, as opposed to going for like Christian mythology, like or Christian like imagery, if you know what I mean. I know there's some of them, but not all of them.
like demons and stuff are depicted as just the fucking weirdest monstrosities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which fair enough.
Yeah. But anyway, either way, I think I'm happy enough with this playthrough, Paul. Anyway, I thought we did well. We enjoyed it, yeah. Well, we're way to start off the year by fucking. I'm only saying that because this will be on YouTube playback at some point in 2022. It no one's fucked up now, but bear with us on that one. But yeah, and Paul, when we do come back with Paul of Cthulhu, we are going to have a new game for you to play, which is going to be interesting. The Eldritch Masters will decide on what you will play next.
Oh, was it like choosing between the three doors?
Yeah.
And we've done what, 2 of them?
There's going to be a fresh roll, fresh draw.
God.
So we will decide on that next time we tune into Paul of Cthulhu. What you'll be playing next.
You don't even tell me what the options are you?
Nope, because I haven't decided yet. So
fair enough.
So with that then, guys, again, this has been a monster stream on our side, but hopefully on either, if you're watching this on the playback on Twitch or later on YouTube, but hopefully you've enjoyed this playthrough of Deadly Premonition. I think it has its high notes and low notes. One of the few games we played during lockdown and after lockdown, and then back into lockdown. So we've done our best with it, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed this playthrough. By all means, if you want more of the same, then please follow our Twitch channel when we are doing streams like this, or subscribe to us on YouTube. All the details are at the top of the screen there. Paul, thank you very much for your company tonight, and hopefully you don't get any more Deadly Premonitions tonight when you sleep. Do you have like an alter ego with white hair that you've not been telling us about?
Not that I'm aware of, or...
You don't talk to anybody in particular in your sleep, you know?
I mean, occasionally I might scream at my fucking roommate through the papers and walls.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I do it less than that. I get earplugs.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But nevertheless...
you fucking need earplugs.
That you do. So yes, with that, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back next time with Paul of Cthulhu with something completely different.
Good.
But until then, good night, Mr. Parker.
And yet, once you do that so often, and yet I keep fucking forgetting that's coming. God.
Oh God, help! Please, no more, no.
Robin!
Hello, Carl Denning, and welcome to Let's Make a Real Deal.
The hell are you?
Why, I'm Monty Snow, your host on Let's Make a Real Deal, and if I got a real deal for you, I wonder what I've got in my pocket. Count $600. Now, Carl, here's the deal. You can keep the $600, but you must choose a door. Be it door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. Or you can give me $200 and see what's behind the door of your choice. Well, Carl, what'll it be?
What's behind door number 3?
Pay up. Door number 3.